Chapter 7, Reunification. Welcome to Chapter 7 of Vietnam, A Journey Through History and Culture by ChatGPT and Video Geek Sparrow. In this chapter, we will delve into the significant period of reunification in Vietnam, following the end of the Vietnam War. It was a time of profound transformation and rebuilding as the nation sought to heal the wounds of division and forge a path towards a unified future. After the fall of Saigon in 1975, Vietnam entered a new phase in its history. The reunification of the country under communist rule marked a momentous event, symbolizing the end of a long and tumultuous era of conflict. However, the process of reunification was not without its challenges, as the scars of war and the divisions between North and South Vietnam still lingered. One of the key priorities of the newly unified Vietnam was to rebuild and stabilize the country. The war had taken a heavy toll on the nation's infrastructure, economy, and social fabric. Devastated cities and towns needed to be rebuilt, industries revitalized, and the lives of the Vietnamese people restored. Reunification also meant merging two distinct systems and ideologies. The socialist model of the North was integrated with the market-oriented principles of the South. This required careful planning and policy adjustments to create a harmonious and unified economic framework. Under the leadership of the Vietnamese Communist Party, the government initiated a series of reforms aimed at reconstructing the country and improving the lives of its citizens. These reforms encompassed various aspects, including land reform, agricultural collectivization, industrial development, and social welfare programs. In the years following reunification, Vietnam faced numerous economic and political challenges. The country was heavily reliant on agricultural production, and efforts were made to modernize and diversify the economy. Economic reforms, known as Doi Moi, were introduced in the late 1980s to stimulate private enterprise, attract foreign investment, and encourage market-oriented reforms. These reforms brought about significant changes and propelled Vietnam towards becoming one of the fastest-growing economies in the region. The country experienced rapid industrialization, urbanization, and a rise in foreign trade and investment. Vietnam's economic transformation not only improved the standard of living for many Vietnamese people but also positioned the country as a dynamic player in the global economy. Reunification also entailed efforts to reconcile and unite the Vietnamese people. The government implemented policies aimed at fostering national identity, cultural preservation, and social cohesion. The promotion of Vietnamese language, traditions, and cultural heritage became a cornerstone of these efforts. In the aftermath of the war, Vietnam faced the challenge of addressing the needs of war veterans, displaced populations, and those affected by the conflict. Social welfare programs were established to provide support and assistance to those in need, while efforts were made to heal the psychological and emotional wounds inflicted by years of war. Education and healthcare also became crucial areas of focus in the process of reunification. The government invested in expanding access to education and healthcare services, particularly in rural areas. Efforts were made to improve infrastructure, upgrade medical facilities, and enhance the quality of education, ensuring that all Vietnamese citizens had equal opportunities for growth and development. Reunification in Vietnam was not just a political and economic process but also a cultural one. The integration of North and South Vietnam brought together diverse traditions, languages, and customs. This cultural fusion gave rise to a vibrant and rich cultural landscape, showcasing the diversity and dynamism of the Vietnamese people. The arts, literature, music, and cinema flourished during this period, providing a platform for expressing the aspirations, struggles, and aspirations of the Vietnamese people. Cultural festivals, traditional performances, and artistic expressions played a vital role in strengthening the sense of national identity and pride. As Vietnam moved forward in its journey of reunification, it also focused on building strong international relations. The country sought to establish diplomatic ties with countries around the world, promoting trade, cultural exchanges, and cooperation in various fields. Vietnam's foreign policy was shaped by the principles of independence, self-reliance, and non-alignment, as the country aimed to maintain its sovereignty and protect its national interests. Reunification in Vietnam was a complex and transformative process that involved rebuilding, reconciliation, and nation-building. It was a time of challenges, achievements, and aspirations as the Vietnamese people worked together to shape a united and prosperous future. Join us in Chapter 8, Modern Vietnam, as we explore the continued evolution and development of Vietnam in the contemporary era. Thank you for listening to Vietnam, A Journey Through History and Culture by ChatGPT and Video Geek Sparrow. Stay tuned for more captivating chapters in our exploration of Vietnam's rich and diverse past.